Hi, hello, it's me, Vic. We're back at it again. I'm, hold on. I don't know if I can show that. I'm supposed to show that. I don't know if there's anything important on it. I'm gonna hide it just in case. That's why there's a black screen right now. I probably should have thought this out beforehand, but I woke up, um, almost exactly 10 minutes ago. So, you know, it is what it is. Final Fantasy 14. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm still dying. It's been over a week. Somebody help me. It's mostly just in my throat. I've been coughing like crazy. There's still a bunch of mucus in there. I hate it. I hate it here. But yeah. So this is a game I've played a whole lot of, and I recently subbed back into. So I am excited to get back into it. I've caught up on the main story in retrospect. Maybe a good idea to stream it. I don't think it probably just would have been an additional stream, not so much something I wait to stream. But there's still a few things I haven't done from the newest patch. I don't remember if I did the first patch or not of the new expansion. I did the whole expansion, and then I think I went at it real hard for a while. I got a bunch of stuff to 90, all the healers, Dragoon, Reaper, Warrior, all the magical DPS. I leveled some of them up to 81. Oh right, that's what I was doing. That was kind of the last thing I was doing, as well as leveling Dancer up. I'm dying. And so that's what we'll continue doing, I guess. I don't know. We'll just do some dailies, hang out a bit. Maybe at some point we'll switch over to Pixelmon or something like that. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I would have thought this out more, but I didn't. So this is what we're getting for content today. I do want to have a bit of a longer stream, so we might finish my dailies and don't know what else I'm doing. I'll probably switch over to. I don't know if I'll switch over to Pixelmon or. I was just thinking, at some point I want to play the other Final Fantasy, so I may just start streaming Final Fantasy as well. I want to say Final Fantasy. I don't mean 14 though. Probably stream more 14. I mean, just in general, Final Fantasy. I played a lot of 10 and got. I don't know if soft blocked is exactly the right word, but I think it's mathematically impossible for me to continue. And the last, my last save was like 6 hours before, 5 hours before, something like that. So it's not exactly something I'm too, too excited to try and fix. I even specifically attempted using the cheat mode to cheat my way forward. Um, it is, for anyone who's curious, it is the person who um, is very obviously a bad guy. Very obviously a bad guy. But you don't get to fight him for at least a couple of hours. Like 10, 12 hours. I'd never... I started like rushing a little bit to get through the campaign because I was like, alright, this is fucking taking forever. Which, I mean, it's a Final Fantasy campaign, of course it's gonna fucking take forever. But I was like, this is fucking taking forever, and I'm getting bored, so I started rushing. Do you know what? We can go to my island sanctuary. I want to do some work there, so that's something we'll probably also do. Hold on a second, I gotta blow my nose. Oh god, I hate that weird feeling sometimes you get when you have to blow your nose and it kind of like gets stuck, like at some weird junction between your nasal cavities, and it like starts to tickle. God, that is the worst. I didn't even get it all out, but I got enough to not have to worry about that. I sound like I'm sure I sound like I'm so goddamn sick right now. I hate it. I haven't done that much in my island sanctuary, so don't expect too much. We're about to teleport away. We just been warned I haven't done that much. But yeah, so Final Fantasies. I'm not like a huge super fan of Final Fantasies. I know there's some people out there who basically grew up on them. I think I got one from a Hollywood video like once or twice, and I was like, "What the fuck is this weeb shit?" And proceeded to never play one again. They just weren't really my style. My childhood was like Halo and Battlefront and what else? Some of the James Bond games. I very much those were very much more my kind of thing, as it were. And even as an adult, I'm well acquainted with how grindy they are. So I'm not too excited to get into them in that respect. I am excited to get into some very fun looking JRPGs with the good stories. For the most part, good stories. I'm getting close to the end of 15. We talked about 10, and I played the remaster of 7, which I hope there's not too much. Am I lagging? Why is there no FPS monitor in this game? It's weird. Yeah, excuse me. Oh, that wasn't a sneeze, but excuse me anyways. Oh, this is something I'm actually gonna have to think about. No! Why am I getting bad FPS? What is this? God, I need to upgrade my computer, maybe. Oh. I have to, Wait, where did I go from my 15K to 19K? Whatever. Yeah, Final Fantasy. I let. I don't even remember what I was thinking. This doesn't bode well for this encounter. But yeah, I think it can be fun to stream some Final Fantasies. I have a fair amount of them on Steam. I'm just a little reticent to get into them given the length. They might be exclusive stream games, but I don't feel like I stream enough to be able to like make that worth it. You know, if I was streaming as a career, maybe we could do something with it. But it just feels like, God, why is this so bad? Okay, we might not be able to stream Final Fantasy. God. So I'm not like a mega pro or anything, so don't expect like... Maybe I should have done trials or something. God, it's miserable. Oh God, what was I even thinking about? I don't even remember. The only thing I can think about right now is how bad this gameplay must be to watch. Yeah, I'm not a... I thought it was far enough away. I already tell this is gonna go well. Cool. Alright. We'll probably just do some relaxing Island Sanctuary gameplay after this. Okay, so Water 4, I think that's an AoE. Yeah, okay. Fuck. So yeah, it's something I'd probably exclusively do on stream. Given that they're so long, I'm about to get into a very busy period of my life for the next, I don't know, couple of years, honestly. I don't know how much I really want to, like, dedicate to that necessarily. But I still want to do it anyways. I don't know. I mean, that would certainly mean that I don't have to worry so much about, well, what game I want to play on stream. Well, that's definitely a benefit. Um, I also think it would get kind of boring. Although I guess you don't generally have to, like, put so much active thought into them, which is something that's definitely a benefit, because that's something I struggle with a bit here, as you can tell. I mean, even just doing Pixelmon, I get really distracted. So, it's a bit of a dangerous line to tread. But I mean, it's not like I don't enjoy it, you know? I just wish I was a little better at it. I mean, I think as I do more, I'll definitely get better at it. I don't exactly aim to be the funniest YouTuber around. I'd like to. I mean, I'd like to think I'm at least a little funny, you know? I'd like to certainly think so. But I aim more for along the lines of, like, chill, you know? Just chill out. The videos are where we'll have the funny time, and then everything else is just that's icing on top of the cake. I'll just do this because I want to, quite frankly. We were supposed to be killing ads. I wasn't paying attention. I'll be very honest. This is. It's fine. It seems like we survived anyways, despite my own stupidity. Which is a frequent thing that happens here, so, you know, get used to that. I think it is kind of unfortunate that I can't seemingly stream this. Maybe if I, like, bring some video things down. Oh crap! I'll let healers in. That's fun. Someone should probably tell the other raids so that we can get a healer back up. That might be okay. No, we got it. Okay. This raid is so quiet. So that's what happens when you do it on what is it? 10 p.m. on a Sunday or whatever. Sunday or Monday? I have no idea. I'm just living life. Yeah, the whole thing about me being busy, I mean, that's definitely a huge concern for me. Something I've thought a whole lot about. I'd like to continue the current speed I am right now. I'm certainly, as I elaborated on in the previous stream, or is it 2 streams ago? Things are ramping up. Things are very much ramping up. I am almost halfway done with another video. I want to say halfway. Halfway maybe isn't fair. But I am a significant portion in. The amount of effort is maybe half. The amount of time is maybe a little more than half. If that makes any sense. Like, the hard part is done. Most of the hard part is done. And so in that respect, I'm feeling pretty good about that. You know, I'm feeling pretty good about that. But I don't know, once I get a job and get back into studying, that I'll be able to keep up the same level of commitment, which is definitely something I'm worried about. I'm very proud of my ability right now to just kind of do something, do editing, do recording, do whatever for long periods of time. But it's like I can only ever seem to do it in spurts, which is something that is a bit problematic insofar as I like to just be able to do it consistently every day. Just doing something consistently every day is just the absolute best way to get better at something. And I want to get better at this. I want to be able to do this consistently. I want to make sure, even if it's not at a fast rate, I can get this done at a consistent rate. You know, like maybe turn some particle effects down or something. Seems that's when it lags, is when oh fuck. Oh, maybe he stunned it. Is when the part of the cool effects start flying around. I promise I can normally speak, kind of. But my whole throat thing I've got going on right now certainly isn't helping. Where are the rest of these assholes? I don't know. Oh, they won't move us. I'll just pop advanced finish and everything should be fine. There's something I worry about though. Is I talked about this a little bit beforehand, and it's being funny. I worry that I'm just not funny enough. But I don't necessarily want this to be like a super high energy, like haha funny stream, you know? As I was getting, as the reason I got into what I was talking about. This is more like hanging out, you know? But that doesn't stop me from seeing these like people who can keep up that high energy for long periods of time and be funny and be interesting and stuff. And be jealous. Like maybe I shouldn't do this. Like every time I try and just find a reason why I say I shouldn't be doing this, my thing's gonna fall off. Oh shit, it's not. Okay, cool. But it's just something I'm constantly at odds with. Everyone gets that to a bit, I'm certain. I don't know if imposter syndrome is quite the right word, insofar as imposter syndrome implies that there is something to be an imposter of, but I'm not exactly. I don't think anyone imagines me as a like real cool streamer guy, you know. So how can you be an imposter? Something that nobody would say that you are, if that makes sense. Shit, I don't really know where to go. It's just like right here, right? In logical sense. Okay, cool. It's been a while since I did this raid. I mean, it's been a while since I did any raid, but it's also been a little while since I've done this raid. Oh, did he put? Oh, he put his on. I wasn't paying attention. I have not been paying attention to what the other guy's been doing, I'll be very honest. Okay, I'm not involved in any of that. Come on, I hit the button. I'm dying. But a matter of me focusing on gaming content, commentary is definitely something that I want to get better at. As you can tell, I get very distracted. Maybe that's amusing. Maybe people would really like that. I sincerely do not know. I could not tell you. Obviously, people don't want to right now. You know, the thing that I maybe don't have to worry about. about. I don't think I have to kill these in an order or anything. But that is something that I worry about in the future. Like, what if people start watching me? I'm not interesting. What if people are like, oh, this guy makes like some pretty cool videos. I like his videos, but he just doesn't make interesting streams. You know, I don't want to watch his streams. And obviously, again, the videos are kind of the main attraction. So if you find my videos interesting, you know, that's all I can really hope for. It's all I can really ask for. But does it make me not want to be a better streamer as well, you know? Does it make me not want to be a more interesting human being, more able to entertain? I'm just gonna assume people are doing what they're meant to be doing. Hit this button. What are you doing? Come on. How am I still like fourth? Oh, okay, because. See, okay. Oh crap! I hit the. Wait, what? No. God damn it. Oh god damn it! He jumps away too. A little dickly. I think I'm fine here. Techno finished back on? What? Why would he technical finish it? Oh, maybe he just started it as I ended it. Whatever, I'm not gonna complain. But I have a lot of interesting ideas for streams, you know? And I'd like that to be something people can appreciate me for. There's definitely some things that, you know, I accept as well that I'm not going to be able to change super easily. Like my relatively low energy, I think, which I do believe may be medically induced, or medically induced. Medical related, perhaps, is a better turn of phrase for that. Maybe as a result of medical issues, perhaps, is a better way to phrase that. But I mean, whether that's part of my personality, which I do think I am, just more of a chill, cool guy, you know, like that's just more of my thing. It doesn't mean I don't want to be more like an upbeat, entertaining guy. You know, that takes effort, it takes practice, it takes training. Something that, you know, as I'm doing this, hopefully I'm getting a little better at. I mean, I guess I should probably stop talking about my aspirations in a stream like that. I've been talking about that for the majority of the stream. Remember when this raid first came out? God, I tried, like, I think it's this boss, Thunder God. I remember when it first came out, I stayed up all night to do this, which, I mean, that's not like something I did in particular for that raid. Well, I guess we got to get through this trash raid first, but then before this trash raid, or after this trash raid, excuse me, is I believe Thunder God, and I had like 3 instances wipe on Thunder God. Dear God, is that? Oh God, is that rough? I mean, Thunder God is fun. Don't get me wrong, but also it was kind of tough because, you know, everyone has like the minimum item level they can have, and nobody knows what they're doing. And we're all just kind of playing it by ear. And it was a lot of fun. I very much enjoy, like, very first patch day, nobody knows what they're doing vibes. It's so much fun. You've never done that before. I'm not a huge, like, savage extreme guy, so that's like most of my progression. You know, I don't know if that comes off as a little sad, but I don't see it that way. I don't. Oh crap! These guys come out. I forgot. I don't see it as like a bad thing. I don't see it as like a negative or whatever. I've done extreme raids and they're fun, but I would prefer to do them. I'm kind of like, I'm too anxious to just jump into like a random raid group and to make that commitment, especially considering a lot of the time I'm around at weird hours. I'm up at weird hours. I've got weird working hours. I can't exactly. I have troubles with commitment. What can I say? Why did they point that guy away? Are you supposed to be pointing these guys away? I don't think you're supposed to be pointing these guys away necessarily. I think someone just wants to feel special. It's okay, buddy. I don't want to feel special as well. Makes it 2 of us. I need to come up with new ideas for videos. Do something about Final Fantasy or something. What's something interesting, you know, Final Fantasy game? What's something interesting you can talk about? I don't know. I feel like most of the Final Fantasy stuff has been talked about. I prefer talking about, like, little niche games. Like, games that people know about, but don't necessarily think about, if that makes any sense. Like I said, it's not Thunder God. This is Construct 7. Is he math? He might be math. I don't want to do math. I'm streaming. Should P know that? The other guy doing dance? I don't think he is. I probably should have checked that beforehand. Oh well. Oh god, I very much apologize for all of the sounds that just occurred. I don't even know that much about Final Fantasy. Like, why would I make a video on it, right? Maybe I could talk about Final Fantasy 14. There might be something interesting there. But, I don't remember if that's like a forward AoE or like what that is. Oh, is that get away from him? Oh, of course, I should have remembered from all my time in what's the name of that place? Not Eureka, the other one. People know what I'm talking about. Just get away from me. Whatever the non-Eureka progression thing is. That one. I liked how in the previous... I think that's a forward AoE. I liked how in the previous relics... Oh, fuck. Go the other way. Oh, okay, I'm just barely alive. Oh, fuck, I forgot about that. I forgot he rotates. I'm gonna do everything I can to get away from this fella. I wish I had thought of a better lie, like, no, I knew I just didn't realize he was turning that direction. I thought he was turning the other direction. Okay, yeah, there's math as well. I may be quiet for a second here as I try and figure this out. I'm gonna subtract. What number are we trying to get? Specified multiples. Current HP. Number of vitals, multiples of 4. Oh wait, my health was already a multiple of 4. That's fine. Worked out. Oh wait, does he... Oh no, he doesn't. I thought he had technical dance up. Oh shit. Yeah. I was not paying enough attention. I was still very busy worrying about it. EPS and to do math. Even after I said I was gonna be quiet. Okay, I got all my fourfold dances out, fan dances out, whatever. It's very much at risk of not being able to do that. I'm happy I could. But yeah, so I'm gonna have an idea for my next video game video. But past that, I don't really know what I'm doing. Maybe I just have to do some research, right? Just this next video I'm doing it. I don't think anyone else has really talked about it. Some people have. I don't think made illusions is quite the right turn of phrase. But the people have provided the proof out there, and I'm gonna kind of put the dots together, as it were. But I don't know anything else I could really put in the description. Well, yeah, you know, I kind of got lucky with this one because I was doing a video on this game for other reasons, and then I made a video on it for this reason. I mean, I guess I could always just talk about my experiences with games, you know, talk about the very specific Final Fantasy, talk about the very specific Civilization modding scene, and like how I felt about that, you know, like what that meant to me. Did I just do that? I don't really know. Hope it's not lagging out so much. I think it's the particle effects. Ooh, that's gonna hurt. Is accelerate an acceleration bomb? I guess that's just him jumping on the guy. Pulverize is get away. But in any case, well, I could maybe talk about Obsidian Conflict. Surely there's some interesting things there. You know, I could do some videos, just going over Obsidian Conflict in like 2023 or whatever. I had so much fun with Obsidian Conflict. I really wish I had friends at the time that I found it to play with. It might have been a good idea to, like, you know, find friends to play with. You know, I could even go and find friends right now to play it with. You know, or rather, find people to become friends with and play it. Maybe to get some people to a collaboration or something. Once I get around to what is it? The primes? Well, 7 is a prime, so I don't need to worry about that. Get fun people to collaborate with, and that'd be cool, I think. I 3, so 2. I don't know. I very much enjoy that whole like source modding vibe. You know, it's something I'm a huge fan of. I mean, that was practically my childhood, is source and source modding and stuff. Oh shit! I should have waited for that. Killed the healers. It's a good thing raid just ended there, I guess. Okay. Oh yeah, you know, research. Is it research and development the name of the mod? I might go back and play that. That mod was a lot of fun. I very much enjoyed that mod. I think it was kind of like one of the. For me, it was like the first real awakening. Maybe there is no lightning god in this raid. Maybe I was mistaken. I think this is the last boss. I don't. Oh God, I remember even at the time, not knowing what the mechanics were. You know, when I actually played this game more. Remember not knowing what the mechanics were. So it should be fun. Attempting to figure this out. Oh, crap, my dance may fall off. I'm able to put it back on. At least it got the advanced dance off beforehand. I want to hit the button. Am I lagging? Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh crap! Tried to make it out, but I couldn't. I let the healer's bull go down. Getting full use of it. Apologize for being dumb healer. Very much sorry. And then he does something after this that's really annoying. I don't remember what it is. I just remember being very annoyed at this move because of what he does after. Why did I pop a fan dance there? I couldn't tell you. Magnetic bliss is something weird here. Dust storm is no, I guess I need to be on the ground again. Yeah, I need to. What is he doing? I wasn't paying attention. I'll be very much honest. I think he runs around the arena for this. I need to be aware of that. I don't know. I don't remember which direction. Oh shit! I think I can get away if I stay right here. Yeah. Okay. Oh, maybe this is why I find it annoying, because of the rake into white breath combo. Yeah, that's probably it. This is a weird raid. I mean, not so insofar as mechanics, but insofar as insofar as like my teammates are a little weird. I don't mean that in like a bad way necessarily. Maybe they're just new, and maybe they don't have a lot of fuck me. Maybe they don't have a lot of experience with this raid. Like that's fine, right? I'm not upset or angry at them, but it's just a very weird raid. Actually, because it seems to be mostly my team dying a whole lot. Maybe they're like in a party together. Maybe they're new. Maybe they're just returning. Not everyone can have a fucking hell, are you kidding me? I have to take damage. No. Oh boy. Dust Storm, okay, I need to be attached to the ground for Dust Storm. This is not made easier by the fact that I'm lagging my balls off. Mother of God. Madre de Dios, as it were. We're also not doing a bunch of DPS to the boss, which is also not helping. I don't think we should hit Enrage, but I also have a distinct memory of being at a lower health than this, like the first couple of times I did this raid when it first came out. You know, not amazing. Not a place I exactly want to be at. Oh, I really got into thought there for a second, didn't I? You could really see it on my face, my digital face. I don't remember this part. I have to smack him in the heart. That's a little morbid, don't you think? Maybe not. Perhaps not. Let's pop our advanced stance. Oh wait. No, he has an advanced stance. Technical finish? Nah, advanced stance. I prefer that. Come on, give me proc, baby. Give me proc. Give me a proc. I think playing source mods could be fun. I wouldn't have the same problem I'd have with with Final Fantasy games. I wonder if there's like Final Fantasy ROM hacks, right? Like Pokemon ROM hacks are a huge thing. I wonder if oh, okay. I wonder if Final Fantasy modifications are a thing in general. Actually, I have to look into that because that's never something I'd even really considered. But I feel like it'd make a lot of sense with maybe Final Fantasy modifications. What platform did they come out on? Even I guess probably the PlayStation. So maybe not because they didn't. Oh, crap. They didn't come out on like the Game Boy, right? I guess maybe some of them did. Maybe some of those have ROM hacks. Because I mean, they're definitely big enough as Pokemon. Maybe not in the West, but definitely big enough in general to be modified. In that kind of way. I think there could be some interesting ones. I saw a community announcement for oh buddy. For like a game. For like a whole game, right? And the announcement was oh fuck. The announcement was an update for a Star Wars mod for that game. I was like, whoa, what is this? Like, surely this gets you sued, right? I guess maybe they're not using Disney resources. Maybe that's why they're not afraid of being sued, you know? I mean, it's not theirs, right? So maybe they're not afraid. But still, you think that'd be something that they'd be at least a little reticent to kind of pop onto, given that, you know, these companies tend to sue things like that, you know, dude. Just not even give it the spotlight when it is literally like another company's IP that they're promoting the quote-unquote stealing of. I got Fat Dance for cool. I should come and find somebody. We might just do some chill island sanctuary for a bit. I mean, that kind of fits my vibe, right? I do a little like Pixelmon, grinding and hanging out and stuff. So as those of you who are more familiar with Island Sanctuary can probably tell, I haven't exactly done much with it. I've literally unlocked it. You can see like half of the map is still unexplored. Okay, we need to do something about this lag. I don't know why it is lagging so, but yeah, don't particularly appreciate it. Turn that to normal, turn that to normal. I don't even know what half this shit does. I don't think I need to worry about map resolution. Yeah, something I'm probably fine with. Shadow cascading, normal, I guess. Texture filtering. There's somewhere for reduced effects, I think. Somewhere for reduced particle effects. I don't remember where it is though. What is active? Limit FPS away from keyboard. Resolution, map resolution, shadows, texture detail, movement, physics. Where is it? Maybe under party settings or something. What other settings are there? Character configuration, perhaps. Item, display name, hotbar, log window, UI. Hold on, I'm looking for it at the moment. Battle effects settings, character control. I think it's near the bottom. Enable camera effects, conditioning, look at target. Let's get playback. Character. Battle effects, show limited. That should help a little bit. I wish I could see my exact FPS. Like right now, it's still lagging a little bit. I think that's not brilliant. I wish I could also. I don't really need seeds. I'm not worried about farming. Maybe I will in the future, but I don't think it's like that difficult to really find seeds in this. I'm not so worried, but I do need everything else en masse pretty much. I'm just gonna go around pretty much collecting everything I can see. I've never really gone and strayed too far away, but I'll probably do that this time around. Just continue in a straight line until we're at the end, and then do kind of a circle back. God, I think this fucking rain is killing my FPS too. That's unfortunate. I think once you put everything together, starts to kill FPS. I'm saving it for something. What am I saving up for? This here. I don't know how to get copper ore. Creeper copper ore. But I mean, I do know I'm gonna need just about everything, right? So I don't have any qualms with just collecting everything. It might be further in the island. Like I have a sneaking suspicion, like it's, I guess you can't see my cursor, but like more towards the northeast. I also don't really know if this is like one of those games where you need to collect stuff to be able to continue forward. You know, like the parts of it are blocked off until you spring for some tools or whatever. Because I mean, as it stands, a large portion of my side of the island of where I'm building is blocked off, right? So why can't I just have the robots do this for me? I have like robots. I have like literal robots that can cut trees and shit. Why can't they just go do this? Maybe they can at some point, but I guess right now they can't. It's just a bit unfortunate. Can I run up this? No, this isn't Skyrim. It's with little Shadowrino though. Can't go up this way, so you know, can't complain too much. I wonder if there's like a research system. If there is, I'm a little worried about that in a couple of senses, but that's something I'm gonna be too worried about in the immediate anyways. Yeah, I'm gonna try to head kind of like northish from here, see if I can unlock that area. I have a feeling that's kind of a mine-y area. I don't really understand the whole trading system for this. And to my understanding, there's like a whole like production system using real life time, and there's like trade goods, and some things will cost more and some things will cost less. Supply and demand is the more eloquent term for what I'm attempting to say here. There's a supply and demand system and like production bonuses for doing things with similar categories of items. It just completely flew over my head the first time. It's never been my thing, really. Do I need a pickaxe to be able to collect that? Feeling I may need a pickaxe in order to collect that. Hatchet. Makeshift net. How would I... So I need copper ore, right? I know where to get limestone. So I'm not worried about limestone. It's everything else I'm not worried about, right? Just that copper, and I don't seem to be able to craft a pickaxe. And then also, let's just get on our mount and go for a little ride. I don't seem to be able to craft a pickaxe, which one would think was a prerequisite to getting copper ore, perhaps. And I don't know that I would have any way of crafting a pickaxe to be able to get copper ore. I don't believe I can make any buildings either. I might be able to upgrade my cabin, but I don't know that that's necessarily something that's going to be able to help me in this context. The only thing I can think of is that I'm just not searching in the right places to be able to get it. I'm getting especially paranoid, given that, oh god, I have to sneeze. I have to sneeze. There's a speckled rock here, right? And I just seem to be, like, gently rubbing the speckled rock. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna look this up. Sanctuary copper ore. Is it hours? Oh no. There are 2 locations. Peak Point, Expansive Ridge. That's where I am. That's where I am. How do I get it? Bluish rock? Okay. Bluish rock. Copper and other metals. Collect for metalworking. This is bluish rock. Close to speckled rock. Maybe speckled rock is like iron? Perhaps? Bluish rock. Bluish rock. Okay, cool. Isn't oxidized copper supposed to be more of a greenish color? I mean, I know I'm not exactly an expert. I mean, I guess Lady Liberty is like a... It's like a greenish bluish color, right? So I think we just ignore all of the other rocks here. I presume eventually it'll become relevant. Right now, it's not something we need to worry about. I imagine it'll be particularly lucrative to come through here once I have a pickaxe or whatever they want me to have. Can I gather this? I'm rubbing it. Gives me stone. Okay, I can't do anything with that. What would speckled rock be? It's black. I assume black rock is like coal. So then maybe speckled rock is Iron? I don't really know. White rock. White rock. No, white rock is limestone. Crafting, what do we need? What do we have? Well, we need limestone and palm logs, but we can get palm logs pretty easily, so I'm not worried about that. There's no way in the world I'd be able to survive in an actual survival scenario. I think I could, like, hold out, right? But I don't think I could survive, if that distinction makes any sense. Like, I don't think I'd be able to make a thriving colony. If I had some other people, maybe I could do that, but I can never be one of those people who, like, sets out into the middle of the wilderness and just kind of, like, tames the local harsh landscape, you know. That's just not me. That is just absolutely not me. As much as I would like it to be me, that is unfortunately just not me. I have a great deal of respect for people who do that, as you might be able to tell. Although I gotta admit, and I know it's more of a meme than like an actual thing people do, but I would definitely not want to drink my own piss. Imagine most places, most survival places, right? You probably would not, in fact, have to drink your own piss. But, I would still prefer to not have to drink my own piss. Imagine like the desert, maybe? Like anywhere classified as a desert, which I don't know if you knew this, but tundras, is the right word tundra? I mean like Antarctica and places, right? Like, cold deserts. Those are considered deserts because I think it's like a vegetation and a it's an indicator of like vegetation and rainfall as opposed to like heat. Most deserts are actually incredibly cold at nighttime because they don't have anything to like trap the heat in, where other places do. You know, so might have to go check out that other place that the guide suggested. There is another place it suggested had a bluish rock. But for the most part, I don't know. I know I wouldn't be great at at any of this, honestly. Like I'd try and make a shelter and it'd just fall apart, and I'd be like, okay, like I had a good run, of it, survived a couple of days. No, that's not true. That's really not true. I could probably like scavenge, like I almost said lower life forms, like Jesus Christ. You know, lower life forms like Jesus Christ. No, what I meant to say is, I could probably scavenge some like some critters, you know, like some rabbit or I don't know what else. What else do you find in the forest? I don't really know. Maybe I might be able to like trap some birds or something if I got lucky. Do birds tend to like come down often? I don't know. I guess that's something I could examine, you know. Like, see if I can find a whole place where there are a bunch of birds, and attempt to capture them. I don't think I'd be able to like spear them or bow and arrow them or whatever. I feel like I wouldn't be great with a bow and arrow. I mean, I'm a decent shot with like an actual like firearm, but I feel like bow and arrowing is just such a different. It's just such a different beast. I don't know that I'd be any good at it. I know some of the like I know like the absolute basic, like how it works, right? Like you pull it back all the way. You I guess you let it go, right? I guess I don't know. I really don't know. I guess, huh? That's certainly interesting. But yeah, no, my parsnip. Am I gonna be able to actually harvest the parsnip? I don't think so. No, it just gives me Albert. I don't know that I'd be able to determine the difference between multiple types of wildlife, or not wildlife. Excuse me. Flora. No. Yeah, no, flora. That's what I meant. And it feels like that's kind of an important skill to have. You are a budding survivalist in the middle of nowhere. You know? Maybe I'd do alright. Maybe I'd be able to figure it out. If I had like a book on it, I could probably. It's one of the nerdiest goddamn sentences I've ever uttered. I might be able to do something with it. But otherwise, I think it may just be SOL, as it were. I had a plan to play this cool Pokemon ROM on stream. Or it's not a ROM, it's like an RPG Maker game, which I find maybe even more interesting. But it's called This Gym of Mine. It's a one where you become a gym leader. I was testing it out, and I went to become a ghost leader type first. And as it turns out, the first trainer you have to battle, it's not even like they're not challenging you. It's just literally somebody who's in front of the the area where you're supposed to be having your gym, like the town where you have your gym, right? They they had a normal Pokemon or whatever. So I was like, okay, I can either spend the next 20 minutes of my life sitting here trying to struggle, like trying to get my Pokemon to struggle, wasting all the PP, or I can just say no thank you and never play this game again. So I went for the latter, and I probably never be playing that game again. I, I don't want to be like a um, pigeonholed into being a Pokemon streamer or a Pixelmon streamer, or like a Minecraft streamer or whatever. I don't mind being pigeonholed a little more into being like a comfy type streamer. Like that, I mean, it's not really like a pigeonhole necessarily. It's more like an archetype, I suppose. But I'd rather not get like caught into one type of video game. I'd be playing a lot more video games if I had the means to play them. But I don't, unfortunately. There's supposed to be some copper ore around here somewhere. Did I get off of that page? Okay, at the very bottom right. It's 2 spots. I'm guessing the copper ores probably respawned already. But I'm gonna go check out this area again because it says that there's supposed to be copper ore over here. And I have neglected to find it. I feel like it would be an important aspect to my grinding in the near to moderate future. I'm going to insist on doing that. Has it really only been 30 minutes? Holy crap. It's felt like such a long time. I don't know what to say. I mean, it's not like it's felt like it's dragged on, necessarily. I just assumed it's been like an hour already. Maybe because my whole, like, throat situation, it's kind of more of an unpleasant situation to talk for extended periods of time. Or maybe I shouldn't be talking for extended periods of time. But my voice isn't hurting necessarily. It's a little sore, at the very least. At the very least. Is this my bluish rock? There are like 2 bluish rocks here. Is that all I'm getting? Alright. There's the one bluish rock. Are there not any others? They're just hiding? Okay, there we go. They're just hiding. Probably just never went down here. There we go. Yeah, here we go, baby. What was I talking about? About being pigeonholed, talking about survivalism. Remember about the last thing I was talking about? Oh, but yeah, I'd play more video games if I could physically stream them along with being a VTuber. and then also, I had the money in order to buy them. I do have a lot of games in my library, so I've thought a lot about like games I might want to play on stream. Problem is, I don't want to play most of them, which is just kind of like a constant issue that I do in fact encounter. Yeah, okay, cool. We have enough to craft the builder's tools. Let's go see what that's about. Maybe now be expanded. All right, cool. I don't know what the point in expanding is, because this is okay. What is this? This is a workshop 1, right? This is a workshop 1. And this is a workshop 1. That's I can build a workshop 1 here, so I don't know what the purpose in that is. Can renovate the cozy cabin. Okay, yeah, I mean, we can get that stuff. I guess we could do that next, if this doesn't like lead us along to the next important building we can make, you know? Maybe it'll just give us more animal pens or something. I don't know, already kind of not using the animal pens. I've never been a huge fan of like that kind of stuff, which is funny because again, I tend to gravitate towards these for some reason. These I always say I've only been live and recording for like 30 minutes. No, it's been about an hour. Yeah, no, it's been an hour. Did my stream cut out? Oh lord, I'm killing my computer. But oh. If I need a windmill. Yeah, well, if I'm going with the windmill. Oh, the tree fort does look pretty cool. I'm too much of a fan of Don Quixote to not to go down that route. What's over here? What is this quest over here? Okay, let's see. Crafting. Do I make more builder's tools? Is that what it wants for me? More buildings. Need the right set of tools on a team. I'll probably renovate the cozy cabin before I do anything else. Let's see. 15 logs, 10 vines, 10 limestone. 15 logs. Can I do it from here? Okay, I can see what I need from here. Okay, so that makes me feel a little bit better. It's be kind of a pain in the butt to constantly go double check that I am remembering correctly what I need to do. I have a feeling that is in fact something I would be doing often. So, not a fan of that. Was it palm logs or was it logs? I don't remember. I've already forgotten. I know it was either logs or palm logs. Couldn't say. Could do some obsidian conflict farming. That'd be cool, I think. It's palm logs, okay. My mind just went blank there for a minute. Like it just went completely blank, which is admittedly again something that happens, pretty often, quite frankly. But still, I really blinked out there for a second. I am very adept at just blinking out for extended periods of time. Oh god, I remember this one time I was on a call with some friends. Well, maybe that's not quite the most accurate term for what happened, but we'll say that was what happened. And I had to restart my computer for some reason. I don't remember exactly why. It may have been like a forced update, right, from Windows. I said like we're gonna update for you if you don't update right now. So I was like, all right, I guess I might as well save everything and close while I'm at it. That way I don't lose any progress or whatever I was doing. I think it may, whatever we were talking about or doing may have even revolved around Final Fantasy 14. So it's fascinating that it's been like 6 years or something, 7 years. Wait, 10 years? No, that can't be right. Was I in high school when I was playing this game? I think I started when I first went to college. Yeah, I think I started when I first went to college. But maybe it couldn't have been Final Fantasy. I don't know. But so we're in this call. I restart, and I hit the button to power it on. I'm like, man, this is taking a while. So I lean my head back against the chair I have, like leaning back, and then I blink, and I'm like, all right, cool. It's booted. Let's get into it. And I look and it's been it may have been exactly an hour, right? So my friends were like already talking about something else. They were doing something else, and I'm like, whoa, like, what just happened? And I'm like, I don't know. You just disappeared, and I didn't hear from you after like an hour. And I was like, what? Or like, yeah, no, everything all right? Like, what happened? I'm like, I don't know. I just, it felt like a minute ago to me, like that I just got out of this, like I just got out of this call. I sincerely do not know what just happened. I tell my parents because I'm worried at this point. I've had like, I don't know, a traumatic brain injury or something. I'm worried that I'm like dying, and my father is like, oh yeah, aliens. I'm like, what? Yeah, no, aliens do that. I'm like, what? It's like, yeah, no, it was probably aliens. I'm like, excuse me? Like, I'm over here worried I'm gonna fucking die. And you're telling me it's aliens. He's like, yeah, no, it was probably aliens. You probably got abducted by aliens. And I'm like, okay, we're no longer talking. This is no longer a conversation. I'm, I'm very happy that the aliens forced me to turn off my computer, restart it, and were waiting for me to wait for it to restart before abducting me and putting me in the same exact position and place I was. I'm very grateful. The very, very kind aliens must not have been greys. I hear greys are very mean aliens, so I mean, it's not a thing I knew at the time. I watched a lot of podcasts. I know now all about the Nordics and the Greys and the reptilians and crap like that. I don't believe in it, mind you. I believe that there probably are aliens out there somewhere. I believe, there is a remote but possible chance that they visited us. But I was not abducted by aliens. I probably just fell asleep. And then got wigged out because I don't really fall asleep that way. That's not I just when I fall asleep, even if it's to like take a nap or voluntary or involuntary or whatever, I fall asleep pretty hard. So I was like, I don't. I don't think it was aliens. I don't think it was me like sleeping, which is why I was so worried. But I know for a fact it was not aliens. I know for a fact it was not aliens. Well, yes, I don't know for a fact it was not aliens. Who am I to say there's 100% chance it wasn't aliens? Fuck it, maybe I got abducted by aliens. But I also very much doubt it was aliens. I don't think I got abducted by aliens. I'd say that with a large degree of confidence that I did not in fact get abducted by aliens that night. You know, uh, I wonder what I get out of having an island sanctuary. I know. Oh, can I dive? Maybe we have to have something in order to dive here. What's to say, right? I, everything I've encountered so far seems to mostly be in the service of further expanding the island sanctuary or getting the blue the seafarers calories. So I don't know if I can like actually produce anything here I can use in the actual game, but I don't know. I'm having a fun mindless time doing this regardless. I do wish I could play Dark Tide. I think that would be at the right juncture of like mindless and not mindless, but still interesting to watch. I think like I love roulettes from this game are also at a pretty good juncture in that regard. But obviously have a bit of a problem with them in that can't do them. Can't do them super easily. Oh god, I just remembered something I was talking about but got distracted during. Oh right, I miss how the previous expansion the relics were free on the first step. But in this one, you need 1,500 resources to be able to get them, which is disappointing. Maybe that's just the first relic, and then the rest of them are free. Maybe that's how it was in the previous one, but I don't remember them costing resources in that manner. All I know is I'm more than a little disappointed at that fact. Need more limestone. Should be some limestone here, I think. Or am I? No, I think that might be all coal and other stuff. So we'll just mosey on over this way. Can I get up from here? We have an issue. I can't. Yeah, I kind of had a I don't know if large or bad or severe. I guess maybe severe is the closest word to what I'm looking for. But oh, hello there. Oh, that's not limestone. Oh, but it will let me gather. It'll certainly gather regardless. Um, thinking experience? No. I don't words too well today. Words are not too well for me today. Um, I had a pretty existential crisis as a streamer, as a content creator. Cause I was like, do I really have what it takes to make it like a corporation? I don't know that is my end goal. I mean, honestly, that's something. that's kind of something I'd really like to do. I've talked about in the past. My inadequacies to kind of put myself out there and meet people. I'd like to think I'm a pretty pleasant person once we like engage in conversation, which is maybe one of the most robotic things I've ever said in my goddamn life. But I mean, it's true. I think I'm pretty good at holding conversations with people. I think I'm pretty good at like bouncing off people. I like to think I'm pretty entertaining in like a duo or whatever like that. I've been in situations where I have needed to like bounce off people like that, and I think I've done a pretty decent job at it. If I'm not like overthinking, which is, I mean, that's probably going to be a problem for a while once I start stuff like that, regardless of whether it is as a corporate VTuber or as an independent one. But I think the reason why I want to do it, just being honest with myself, this community, I think having a community of other VTubers around me that I know and can talk to would certainly help alleviate that feeling of like needing to join a corporation. But I mean, being part of a corporation would be a pretty big boon for me because I don't. Here's the thing, right? If you become a popular VTuber, there's a considerable amount of considerations you need to take into consideration, right? There's like teams, like you need a team unless you are a complete one man show, and I'm very much not a one man show. I don't. I would want somebody at the very least doing thumbnails and art and stuff. That's not something I can easily do. It's not something that is necessarily within my skill set. I'm doing it right now. I don't think that my I think that I'm probably working along the lines that I need to be working, along the right like guidelines. As to what makes a good thumbnail, I believe I am doing that. But the problem is that I just I can kind of visualize mostly what I want to get, what I what I want, but I can't really put it into action. I don't have the artistic skills to make it work. I don't have any artistic skills. I have some technical image editing skills that I can put into action, but I don't have like artistic skills in that sense. I don't have the ability to kind of create something new. I can only really modify stuff other people have created or create like a very basic thing. Like if you watch my older videos, as though I have a lot of videos, but in the sense that the ones I'm creating now have a different I don't want to say context. They have a different framework than the older videos, which I'm sure you'll notice if you once the newer videos come out. Something people will notice. And I can like the framework is something I can kind of make. I can create basic art assets, but I can't really innovate. I can't really like do anything you couldn't find out in like a 5 to 10 minute tutorial. And that's kind of a big problem with this kind of stuff. For thumbnails, maybe a little bit less. You don't need all new art assets thumbnails, but for loading screens, for new series, or series that I want to do that aren't just like video games, all of these require artistic abilities that I don't necessarily carry and would need to hire somebody at least on a commission by commission basis. I mean, ideally, I have a team eventually. This is all assuming I'm going independent, right? Assuming I never make it into a corporation. Even I'm sure somebody's thinking like, corporations don't provide those for you. You gotta figure it out on your own, right? But your fellow corporation members will know people who are able to do stuff like that. Is what I'm saying. Not that they provide it for you necessarily. Maybe some of them do. I don't really know. But more so again, that you have more resources at your disposal. You have people who have been around it longer and are financially, socially, and just in general incentivized to help you, which is maybe kind of a, I don't know if I'd go as far as to say bleak, and definitely not like pessimistic or cynical way to look at it. Maybe it is. I don't know. I, I can understand why some people might be like, but inmates, whatever. But I mean, you ultimately your coworkers, right? Like that's something you've got to keep in mind. You can become friends, but ultimately, they will be your coworkers. It doesn't matter. Nothing else matters, in regards to that. As close as friends as you can be, at the end of the day, you'll be coworkers, and that is the most important part of that relationship. And until you are no longer coworkers, it will be your livelihood, and you have to make sure that you're not like pissing people off. You have to make sure that you're not being annoying in a way that maybe slightly less so. You can be a little, more unapologetically yourself if you were just friends, right? Whereas you cannot necessarily do that if you are your coworkers as well. You can meet your best friend at a job, but at the end of the day, you need to be cautious. For a multitude of reasons. So going back to what I was saying, right? They have this obligation, this incentives. They have incentives that help you, and so in that sense, you have resources to work with. Whereas starting off as an independent person, you can ask around a little bit, but nobody's incentivized to help you. Nobody's. If you find a mentor, that's great. But even then, you still have to be cautious, because in that sense, they'd be competition. So, I mean, maybe they're being helpful, but at the same time, you always have to be careful, which, again, this probably sounds kind of cynical. But at the end of the day, if this is your job, you have to keep that in mind, You have to keep in mind not everybody is going to help you as much as in an ideal universe. In an ideal universe, everybody helps each other and gets along, and the medium is raised as a whole because of it. But there are some people out there who have a prisoner's dilemma type mindset, a zero sum game mindset, in which if I win, other people lose. If other people win, I lose. There's only a certain amount of viewers around to go in the world. I have to get them. I need to sabotage other people, which is an unfortunate way to look at it, to be certain. So some people are doing it, I'm certain, unconsciously. Some people do it intentionally because they lack empathy, or because they're so driven by success that they fail to acknowledge the fact that cooperation is the best, because this is not a zero-sum game. There are viewers to go around. There will be more viewers in the future. VTubing is a growing medium, and I have a feeling that it will continue to grow. There's a lot of doom posting on several forums about how VTubing is dying, or some big corporations are dying, or whatever. But I think it's taken a bit of a downturn in terms of passion. You can see that a lot by, especially in HoloLive. A lot of the streamers they were just not streaming. I think it's okay to be disillusioned with the medium after all. I'm sure it was amazing for a while there, especially considering if more than a couple of the HoloLive streamers were just they were getting along for all intents and purposes in the world, but they weren't thriving in the sense that I'm sure they wanted to be, and HoloLive allowed them that opportunity to really start to thrive. But now they've been at it for a while, and it's like, well, we've done all the cool creative things that we wanted to do. What do we do now? And I'm sure it's going to take them a while to reckon with that. I would also have no doubt in my mind that at least most of them will gain that passion back. They'll see somebody new doing something cool. They will see the new people doing new things. They will find somebody they like. they will regain a passion for the medium, and they'll be back better than ever. There's a lot of independent people I've watched start to become disillusioned with this, because I'm sure I've seen more than a couple of threads talking about how people just want to like be VTubers for the idea of being a VTuber, the idea of kind of wearing a different face, for having this like network of cool people to kind of interact with, and they feel obligated to stream for that purpose. They feel like if they don't stream, they're not really a VTuber. If they're not really a VTuber, they can't hang out with their cool VTuber friends or whatever, And I can certainly empathize with that. I understand where they're coming from. But also, I think if you don't have the passion for what you're doing, that's gonna start the show, to be certain. And maybe it sounds like I don't have passion. I don't know. I'm just kind of a low energy guy, to be honest with you. That's just kind of who I am. I wish I could, down a monster before each stream and be like, hey guys, Vic here. Okay, today we're gonna be playing Final Fantasy, and today we're gonna be doing these raids, and oh my god, I've never done this one before. Oh my god, do you see that boss? Oh my god, look at it, what is it doing? But that's, it's just not who I am. And it's insincere to put on a front like that for you guys, and it's insincere to be like that for me. And there's nothing wrong with being more of yourself. I quite frequently wish I could be more of myself. I could be the best version of myself. But as we've talked about, I do believe I have underlying medical conditions that I'm unable to get treated due to financial reasons that prevent me from doing so. And there's nothing wrong with just being a chill, cool streamer, just hanging out, just, something you put on the background. Like, you can watch me doing what I'm doing. I mean, it's kind of boring, in all honesty. I like to think that I'm kind of making it interesting by talking about stuff. It's maybe even more of like a podcast than like a stream, If people were here, I would have no problem with bouncing off of people in chat. I mean, that's a whole nother subject entirely, honestly. Something I've thought a whole lot about is my inexperience with having a live chat. I like to think I'm doing a pretty decent job at live streaming in spite of it. And I'm not I'm not worried about live streaming in general. Like, I'm not worried about the numbers. I like just doing this because I can talk. I can talk and get a lot of stuff off my mind. I can kind of vocalize some thoughts and help cement those thoughts, or help kind of steer me away from thoughts that aren't necessarily relevant to that weren't as important as I thought they were, right? Like, I can kind of gauge thoughts when I say them out loud, and I can say them by myself, and I guess I am saying them by myself, aren't I? But there's at least the facade of me saying them to people who might watch in the future, or people who might just be tuning in for the first time. If you're watching right now, hi, hello. I mean, hell, the idea of having live viewers honestly kind of gives me anxiety. I'm not gonna lie to you, of like, what if I'm not good enough? What if this isn't good enough content? If it's recorded and people will watch it, then at the very least, they can choose to just tune out. I mean, I guess they can tune out regardless. They can just tune out regardless. What is an island prism? What? Can I not renovate? What is all this? What is all this? Wasn't I supposed to get something new? I'll experience engaging in activities. Oh, no, there's some stuff up there. Okay, cool. What's going on with those quests up there? I got distracted. I don't remember what I was saying anymore. The crop. Oh, we can expand the crop line. Okay. 2 hours. Expand the crop line. Can I do something here? I probably don't have enough resources to 1,000, build a bigger home. Okay, yeah, okay. I mean, honestly, not really doing anything with it in the first place. Maybe I shouldn't be worried about it. But, I'm at least a little, worried about it. Because I'm not really doing anything with any of these. So these are all watered. Oh, right, because we had that rainfall earlier. I don't know, it's strange. What was I thinking? What was I talking about? Do I need builder's tools for that guy? Do I need more builder's tools? We need palm log, copper ore. X5 palm log. Is there a better place to get palm log from? But right, so like, I'm not afraid of streaming to people, but it is something that I'm like, I can't practice that necessarily. How do you? I think with like, okay, so let me expand on my thoughts a little bit, right? Having one or two people actively chatting is kind of scary to me because like that's kind of intimate, Having like 10 or 20 people chatting is not as scary to me because I can choose to ignore certain things if I so desire. And it won't necessarily be rude. Whereas I feel like if I have just a couple of people, I'll feel obligated to respond to people. I can like bounce off of things more in a larger group of people, whereas with just one or two people, it's like I'm feeling the need to be entertaining, while also not having as much to work with. Well, I don't think I feel any more need to be entertaining with a larger group of people, which is kind of a weird thing to maybe like to have that thought, to like be like, oh yeah, like I need to be more, and I need to be as entertaining to one or two people as to like thousands of people. And it's not like I wouldn't be at least a little anxious about streaming to 1,000 people, but I would again have at least a little more to work off of, in the way that I would not necessarily with just a couple of people. And I mean, you need to do that phase if you want to get more people. Unless you're again a corporate VTuber, but to become a corporate VTuber, you have to have experience with entertaining in the first place to get to that point. So that's a bit of a catch-22. I almost just kind of wish to be a video creator and just like be picked up that way. But I enjoy streaming. I wish I could do it more easily without concern as to whether or not my computer could run it. I never felt the age of my computer until I tried to stream as a VTuber. But alas, we're here, so that's something I do in fact have to, reckon with. Speaking of being here, it took me a while to realize that the icon for the plant, the icon for the minerals were not the same. I don't know why you would make minerals look like a 3-leafed plant. It's a little strange. But at least I kind of understand now. Maybe if we get closer, it'll look different. Right? Maybe if we zoom in, it'll look a little different. Let's zoom in. No, it still just kind of looks like a plant to me, honestly. Still just kind of looks like a plant. And I feel like there's something else that should be going on here. I feel like there's something that I should be able to craft or something. Feel like somebody's watching me. No, so the workshop, decrafts, specialty goods. There's materials you can get in crops. You grow animals you keep, value, category. Popular items still even better when scarce. Start their season short and efficient. Supply and demand for bonuses. So is the workshop sole purpose of the workshop to sell stuff? Is that what I'm understanding here? Be automatically created and sold. Like I don't necessarily. I just want to expand right now, right? I don't want to have to worry about the trading system, about the workshop system right now. I just want to. I want to get to the point where I'm able to gather some of these other items, and I don't know. Do I need to increase my sanctuary rank in order to be able to do that? If that is the case, we'll first of all, we'll give that a shot and see if that is in fact the case. It's gonna take forever, mind you, but we'll give it a shot and see how it turns out regardless. What was I saying? My cough wiped my brain, wiped my RAM. The cough wiped my RAM. I do want to get into the whole trading thing eventually. For the moment, I just want to focus on expanding my island and making it as good as possible, right? I want to get to the point. I want to get a maxed out island and then focus on trading. I'm not so worried about the calories or whatever. Calorie? Yeah, calories. I think that's how you pronounce that. I'll worry about that later. I can figure out the whole system. I can look up a guide, whatever. There's probably some optimal set of crafts, of handicrafts that you make. Probably some optimal animals to have. You know, I can worry about all that later. For the moment, I'm only worried about expanding and palm logs. And palm logs. I need more palm logs. I like palm logs more rare than just regular trees. I wonder if there's some palm logs down here. I mean, I have aspirations towards being like a bigger VTuber. Or a VTuber anyone watches at all, for that matter. And I think I could do it pretty well. I'd like to give it a shot. You know, if it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. But there's always that thought in the back of my head, like you're not good enough. Like you're not going to be interesting enough. People aren't going to watch you. But I think that's just something I have to push past. I don't think that's something I can. I think that's something I have to choose to not worry about. I can't craft more than one of this item. So how am I supposed to help that other guy out? Is that just... Okay, island swearing. I'm just gonna look up a guide. I apologize, I'm just gonna look up a guide. Okay, let's see. No, I don't want to look at your Discord. Version 5. Reddit Hub. Okay, here it is. Comprehensive guide. It's on Google Docs. Want to make a copy? No, I don't really want to make a copy, but I guess I will. If you're going to force me to. It's very strange you're going to force me to make a copy. Workshop solver? Stockpiling presets? Ranky XP requirements? Okay, come on. Just copy it already. Okay, we can... Okay, I was going to say we can gather some more. Only touch boxes with the white or no background color equals important. Ranks. Okay, so they need to level up in ranks in order to be able to create new items. That's good to know. That's good to know. So that give me resources. Resources. Ah. Oh, how did I get here? It's accidentally switched over to pastures. Oh, I see what happened. Upgrade the pastures, the croplands. Oh, you get flight at rank 10? Oh, and a motorcycle. Oh, I need that. To upgrade your pasture. Oh, I see. Okay. Built everything. 3 workshop, 2 granaries. You have to pick one landmark not to build. So basic builder's tools, better builder's tools, and you get that Pathfinder. How do I unlock that? I guess it's upgrading the pasture and croplands is how you get that. And there's certain places you can get jellyfish and squid and stuff. Okay. Gathering. Okay, and there's a whole list, a whole map of where things spawn. That's good to know. Cropland. Could have them automatically tend your crops. That's good. Croplands 3 or Croplands 2, something that's not too far away, all things considered. Make your own pasture set up. And so they all drop different items, I see. Hostile, chipper, gleeful. Maintain gleeful. Keep them from dropping in mood. What's PGGF, PGA? What the hell? This is very engaging content. I apologize. Okay, what's a workshop solver? I'm gonna look at this. Oh my god, what is this? Waiting input? Check when done, rest here. Tip here. What is this? Video tutorial soon. My island. My island rank is, what is my island rank? 4. Ranks 1? There's no option for 0? This is premium. Soft cap? There's a soft cap in some items. Okay. Read before use. Customizable. Pasture solver. Granary solver. Whoa. During your time in automation. Okay, I'm just gonna gather some items. I'm not gonna worry about everything at the moment. Just gather some items. Done all of that. Can I upgrade my heaven again? No renovations on this building at this time. Okay, that's fine. Perform renovations on this building this time. Okay, but I can theoretically make this windmill. I just need some limestone. Where's the limestone? I think it's like up at the top right? Should be about in that area. Like a whole place for it. I worry quite frequently. This is just venting, but I don't know. I always feel a little closer to streamers when they talk about things that they think about, because it's, to me, it's like, it's humanizing. Beyond being humanizing, it's like, okay, they're worrying about these things. These are the things that they're thinking about. These are things that I would never have thought of, like, having to worry about. These are problems that are interesting to me because I don't have to worry about them. And moreover, I probably will never have to worry about them. It's interesting seeing life from another perspective, I wouldn't even necessarily call it empathy, though. There is a certain amount of empathy in there for, the fact that they are in fact having problems. A lot of them tend to be first world problems, fully admittedly. But it doesn't mean I can't still be like, man, that sucks, and then be like, and also, like, wish them the best, but also kind of take like a Schadenfreude that, like, well, at least I'm not dealing with that, At least I don't have to deal with, like, advertisers blowing up my inbox, and try and, like, pick out the actual important ones or whatever. That's like an important thing. At least I don't have to worry about getting ghosted by YouTube, And that's not something I have to I'll have to take into consideration. It's not yet. Maybe I will in the future, but I mean, not for now. So, you know, can take some gratification in knowing that, you know, I'm a small streamer. If I have a problem, it'll be more of a problem because I am in fact a small streamer. But also, I'm probably just not gonna have problems because who really cares? Who really cares about little Vic, right? I feel like I have like poignant things to say, but that doesn't stop me from worrying about the fact that I feel like I have nothing to say, you know? Especially when it comes to like I guess video essays is probably the best description of what I'm doing. I feel like I have things to say, and I feel like not a lot of people have talked about these things before in the sort of way that I am talking about them. And so in that sense, I feel like there's worth in these videos, regardless of anything else, regardless of whether or not people watch them. If they've helped a couple of people, like, that's cool. But there's also a point where I'm worried, like, am I not going to be able to create something that has that worth, you know? Like, how do I continue to make things that have these worth? How do I continue to make these questions? A lot of these questions, a lot of these videos I'm now making are things that I've had on the back burner for a while now, and I'm a little worried. I'm a little worried that after a couple of months, after a year, I can probably keep it up for at least a year, hopefully. Especially if I go at a rate of like once a month, once every like 3 weeks maybe. I'm a little worried that I won't be able to keep it up past that. Like, especially in the VTubing medium, like, you know, how many things can we talk about that aren't drama? How many times can we discuss the like fundamental nature of VTubing? You know, especially once we get past some of the more I hesitate to say obscure topics, but once we get past some of the ones that necessarily haven't been talked about as much in a format and the way that I am talking about them. Like, how many times can we make the what is a VTuber video, you know? How many times can we make some VTuber fans are weird video, you know? How many times can we make videos like this? Maybe there's an interesting way to spin it. Maybe instead of, you know, the rise of VTubers, we can take a look at the rise of specific VTubers. We can do some deep dives into the histories, into the annals of internet history, and see how it started. But also, I worry about that because, like, I don't know that I necessarily have the skills to do a deep dive on like the history of something in that respect. I don't necessarily know that I have the particular set of skills that can do that. With a team, it'd certainly be a lot easier, which, you know, again, it's something, that's the thing, not the thing I was worrying about, you know, is like, how do I build a team? I mean, that's something that I won't have to think about for a while, but I'm the type of person who likes to plan ahead when it comes to stuff like this. It's better to be prepared and not need to be prepared than to be caught off guard and be like, well, shit, now I've got to figure something out. And admittedly, I do fully improvise a lot of things. I do fully just say, oh shit, well, now I gotta figure that out. And that's life. You know, improvisation, not like reacting to stimuli. What's a better word for that? Improvisation. Dealing with things when things go wrong. Right, that is a skill in life. These are important things to learn. Important things to learn. But doesn't stop me from worrying about, you know, things like having a team. About getting to that point. Like, at what point when you start turning some money, you make a team, you know? Do you have people start working for you? I mean, ideally, you have a team from the beginning. You have enough money to just be able to afford to have a team. That is the ideal world. That is the best case scenario. But if you're like me, don't have a lot of money, well, you can't exactly do that. I made my own VTuber avatar. I made my own computer. I made all of, well, almost all of the art assets. Well, probably all of the art assets you've seen. I've commissioned some art, and I will use it at some point. But also, again, like it's kind of just me here rambling, so I'm not too worried about that. What was I saying? Teams, right? Like, at what point is it financially responsible to have a team, and at what point is it growth-wise mandatory to have a team? Moreover, at what point do I start like talking with other people as to how to analyze my analytics? At what point do I figure that whole situation out, that whole mess of YouTube's analytics out? I frequently think about like small ways to kind of not necessarily game the analytics, but like would the analytics prefer this or that? Of course, at this like right now, it probably doesn't matter. I think that thumbnails are probably the most important thing as a video creator you can do. That is something I kind of want to get into is video essaying for the aspiring VTuber. I think that's something that's important for VTubers, and I think that's a direction VTubers are going to go in eventually. I think more and more VTubers are doing video essays. They're making edited videos. They're doing stuff like this, right? So I think making guides like that'd be good. That'd be cool. That'd be worthwhile. That's something nobody else is talking about. That's something I want to do. You know? And I think that there's a lot of content to be kind of squeezed out of that. That makes it sound a little cynical, perhaps. I don't mean it necessarily cynically. Just that, there is a lot of ground to cover there. And I think that I am a good person to talk about it. I know I've made some video essays in the past, in let's call it a past life. I'm not an expert. I mean, my video essays never got a lot of attention, but I know the bare essence of how to do it. And I think it's something that we'll see more of again in the future. I think it's something that people are interested in. I think it's something that people will be eventually interested in watching happen. And people will be interested in watching. I could be wrong. I fully admit, could be wrong. But if I'm wrong, I accept being wrong, and I've created a video series that I don't know if it helps that one person. Good enough for me. I want to watch VTuber video essays, so making a series on helping VTuber video essays, that's good enough for me. Oh, maybe I don't get the Island XP until it's done. But either way, I think we've done most of the construction and upgrading and stuff we can do for the moment. So what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to attempt a trials roulette. Fun. It hopefully shouldn't take too long because trials roulettes normally aren't too slow for DPS. And after that, we'll call it a night. I know it hasn't been the most exciting visual experience, but I hope that, you've gotten something out of this, and you just keep this on another monitor, keep this on the background while you do other stuff, while you study, while you work, whatever. Is that the kind of streamer I want to be in the long term? I don't know. I'm finding my footing. I don't know who I want to be until I get there, But I appreciate you coming along for this ride, or I don't know if this is the future and I'm a famous VTuber, or I don't know, I'm a failed VTuber. I don't know if failed VTuber is quite the right word. This is like the third time I've gotten this. Are we getting? I think that is. It's interesting. something. Then I appreciate you coming along with me on this journey. It's been like 2 hours. I don't know how you've watched the whole thing. I don't think I have closed position, do I? No, I do not. I think a lot about VTubing. I worry a lot about VTubing. I'm not... It's more a priority than I should be letting it be. I've got other things in my life I need to be doing right now that I need to be focusing on. And... I'm VTubing, right? I hope it's worth it. I hope I've gotten good experience that serves me well in the future and people can enjoy. I hope that this is enjoyable for you right now to watch. I appreciate you. No matter what the reason you are here for, I appreciate you. And maybe that's parasocial, you know, not propaganda, you know, parasocial like nonsense. Maybe that doesn't mean anything, but I don't know. I'm at a crossroads here, you know, in many different ways in my life, and I just appreciate somebody care enough to go and watch it. Maybe, who knows? Maybe this gets lost to time. Nobody knows, right? Maybe nobody cares. You know, maybe nobody. Maybe this is something that is lost to the annals of time. Maybe I go on to do something else. Maybe none of this matters. That's okay. It doesn't need to. We don't need everything to matter. You know, it feels like that's a common problem in today's society. Maybe just with humanity in general. Is that we need things to matter because there is no innate purpose to our lives. You know, we have to find it. We have to find. We have to find a purpose in life, and that's scary. Finding purpose in life is scary. God, stop fucking confusing me. Is this something I'm doing? This happened last time, and I tried to figure out if it was something I was doing or not. I should look it up in a guide or something. But ultimately, the only... Fuck. I need to jump in the Wind World? I don't remember. Ultimately, the only purpose we can glean out of life is the purpose that we give it. Is there a God? Who knows? Who knows? Are we alone in the universe? You know, is there nothing? Is there nothing out there? No God, no aliens, just us? I think that's maybe a little egotistical to assume, perhaps. You know, like we're super special, humanity is super special, there can't be anyone else. But I think that, you know, in any scenario, whatever the case may be, whether we were created by aliens, whether they're created by aliens, whether they're created by a god, whatever the case may be, whatever purpose or lack of purpose we may have been put on this universe for, you have to find your own reason for it. You know, and right now mine is seeing if I can be a VTuber, I guess, and trying to survive. I'm trying to survive maybe a little more, so maybe that should be more important to me in my day-to-day life. There's a lot of respects. I'm not surviving, or I guess maybe I'm surviving, but I'm not thriving, you know. And I feel like if I was a more stable human being, insofar as financially, not really mentally. I feel like I'm a pretty mentally stable person. If I was a more stable person in terms of like not necessarily willpower, motivation, I guess, you know, I think my life would be better. I think I'd be a better entertainer, and regardless of everything. Again, it doesn't mean much to say I'm thankful. What does that mean? Like it doesn't mean anything, and I wouldn't say I get annoyed when creators say stuff like that without at least thinking it through, but I'm always at least a little like, what do they mean by that? What do they mean? That doesn't mean anything really, like you can be thankful for your boss for giving you financial security, like that doesn't necessarily mean anything. You can still fucking hate your boss, but be thankful to him. Maybe he gives you good health insurance and good paycheck, but he's like a bit of a dick. Not like too much of a dick, but like a little bit of a dick, and you're thankful to him, but you don't like him, Like being thankful doesn't mean anything. And you can't like love chat. How do you like chat even, Like you can be thankful to your community that they're not shitheads. You can be thankful that they've allowed you to succeed this far. But like, what does being thankful mean? I don't know. And when I say thankful, I don't think I can really elaborate more than I appreciate that there are individuals out there who are willing to take a chance on this when there are. It's probably not best business practice to say that there are better products out there, but I don't know. There are better products out there. This is something I'm trying to sell you. I'm trying to sell you your time for my content, and maybe the potential investment of a subscription or whatever, so that way I can use your time and investments to turn this into a bigger thing with more financial backing behind it, perhaps eventually more time backing behind it eventually. And I appreciate you having done that. I think that's just about all there is to say. I could give some cheesy speech about how you as an individual I appreciate and blah blah blah, but I don't know you. You don't know me. You've maybe glanced a spyglass into my life, into who I am. Even then, you don't know if this is just a persona I'm putting on. It's just, again, maybe not something great to just explicitly say. But, I mean, the truth is you don't. I don't know who you are. I just hope that you like this. And do you like me? And all I can say is I hope you have a good night or a good morning. It's night here. I hope you have a good whatever it is. I've given everyone and myself potentially an existential crisis, so I'm gonna go ruminate on that for a bit and do a little bit more Final Fantasy off stream, so I'm not lagging, and then get back to editing. I want to have a I want to work on videos on a consistent basis, and this is an important part of that. Thank you. That's all I have to say. Goodbye. Good night.